Welcome to today's video. We have a book haul. I have been in a weird funk. I have been in a weird space, and this is my first video in a very long time. However, I decided to get out of this funk by buying books, okay? 90% of these books are written by Black authors, and 100% of these books are written by authors of color. So I'm really excited to show you guys what I got. I don't know, the book showed up at my door. And next you know, 25 books later we're here, and yeah, let's get into it. The books range from mystery thriller to romance, contemporary fiction, literary fiction, and some of the books I bought because of the cover, some of them because I've been seeing it on Book Talk on my For You page, or I just bought because I just wanted to. So let's get into what we have. First, we have S.A. Cosby. So I bought these two books because of the author, actually. I really like S.A. Cosby's work. I really think that he does amazing work with mystery thriller, and I read All the Sinners Bleed, so it just made sense to get more of his books. I've recommended All the Sinners Bleed to so many people. Some people that I've recommended to have read his entire catalog, and I'm like, what am I doing? Okay, so the first one is The King of Ashes. This came out last year, and I've just heard amazing things. And then we also got Razor Blade Tears. These two books I'm excited to read. I'm in this mystery thriller space, and you're gonna see it come up a lot in this video. We have L.S. Stratton. I told you I'm in a mystery thriller space. Now, I think this one, Do What Godmother Says, is more like horror, gothic vibe. I honestly haven't heard like details of what these books are about, but I've just heard that L.S. Stratton writes amazing books, so I just felt like it makes sense to get her work. And yeah, so I got Do What Godmother Says, and I love the cover as well. And then I also got In Deadly Company. Okay, I think I'm gonna just stick with mystery thriller first, and then we're gonna go into the other genres. So with that, I have this book. It's called Not What She Seems. I read Her Name is Night last year. It's also a mystery thriller, and I really enjoyed it. If you haven't read it, go check it out. It's about this young girl who grew up in a village in Ghana and then ends up being like this assassin. Yeah, bad. So I decided to pick up Not What She Seems. It's about this young girl who's, maybe not young, but a girl who's discovering and uncovering truths and secrets and different things. And I think she had self-exiled from her community. But I'm really interested to see what this book is about. And I'm excited to share my reviews on it. Imagine me doing a haul and not getting Tiffany D. Jackson's book. I have read 90% of her work, and when this book came out last year, I was like, oh, I'm on a book buying ban. I don't want to buy any books. Like, if you're sending me PR, sure. I did not get it in PR. So here we are. I love pink, and I love Tiffany D. Jackson, so I've been visioning this book on my shelf in my hand, reading this book. So I'm really, really excited. It's about these two girls, I think they're in college, and one of them, their brother comes over to stay, and like it's mystery thriller. Tiffany Jackson does really good with that mystery thriller in the YA space. So college age, I think this is like the oldest group she's written about, to be honest. It's mainly like high schoolers, I want to say, but yeah. The Body by Bethany Morrow is about this woman who is trying to survive. She's having attacks on her marriage, all these different things. Mystery thriller as well. Might be a little horror in it, and something about the church as well is involved in it. So I'm really excited to get into this. I have not read any horror book. I've stuck to mystery thriller, so this I think is a good segue into that. I've heard mixed reviews about this book, so I'm excited. I think that based off the themes and the storyline, I'm going to enjoy it. You guys, I realized a lot of these are mystery thriller. Next we have I Do Not Wish You Well. This book came out this year, and I just had it on my TBR, and I was just like, since I'm in this funk or space, and it's not a funk, it's a space of mystery thriller, why not get something? I haven't heard a lot about this book, but I'm really excited to learn more and really explore new authors. I think that's part of what my platform is about. Exposing myself to new authors and exposing you all to new authors. So yeah. They Call Her Regret. I have not read the first book by this author called Needy Little Things, but I saw this one and it spoke to me. It's also in that mystery thriller space. It has like an unexpected plot twist, and I love a good plot twist. something to keep me on my toes. So yeah, last year I was at Barnes and Noble's and a man came up to me and told me about this book. He said, if there's one book you leave Barnes and Noble's with today, you should get this book. I was on a book buying ban, so I really just went to Barnes and Noble's that day to feel the books and boost my mood. So I did not walk away with that book. However, when I was buying books, I thought about that conversation and I was just like, well, we're gonna get this one. I'm not sure what it's about. I see it all the time and I'm excited to dive into this book. I think one of my favorite things about the way I read and choose to engage in books is I really go in with little to no expectations or little to no knowledge of what the book is about, because I feel like it just gives me a surprise. So that is all for the mystery thriller. So now let's get into the romance books, okay? Okay, next we have Between Friends and Lovers by Shirlene Ogunnobi. I read On Rotation by this author, I think last year or the year before, and I enjoyed it. So this time around, I read a little less romance, and romance used to be my most read category or genre over the last couple of years. However, I've been taking a step back a little bit, but I still like a good romance story, and someone said that I must read this book. I cannot be a romance reader without reading this book. So I'm excited to get into this book. I don't know if there's gonna be like a triangle, a love circle, or love square. I don't know, but I'm hoping that that's what it's going to have. But yeah. I keep forgetting that this book is actually a romance story. I don't know why. It just gives more like literary contemporary fiction, but it is a romance story, and I'm really excited to get into this because it has a lot of humor, has a lot of heart based on what I understand of the story. So I'm really excited to read this, and I feel like it's a quick-ish read. So like, yeah. Next we have Loved Ones. I've seen this book all over my For You page, whether it's BookTube, Book Instagram, Book Talk. I see this book all over, and it just makes sense for me to get it. It's something about self-discovery, grief, loving yourself journey, and I really love that self-expression part of it. So I'm really excited to read and dive more into this book. I love a good book talk, BookTube, Book Instagram recommendation, because the girls are always right. So yeah, something about a story on girlhood, sisterhood, womanhood, I eat it up every single time. So The Girls Who Grew Big is a book that I have been thinking about, and it just made sense for me to get it during this haul, just because I've heard amazing things about this book just as well. But the specific details, I'm not too sure. All I know is about sisterhood, womanhood, girlhood, and I think teen pregnancy, or some pregnancy based off the cover. But yeah, the element of surprise, you guys. Next we have Hope and Glory by Jadella Benton. I read one of her books earlier and it just made sense to get this one. Her previous book was about sisterhood, friendship. So when I saw Hope and Glory, I'm not even sure what it's about, but I just said, just based on the fact that I enjoyed the first one, the first book that I read, I'm gonna read this one. And I love British authors. I just think that their way with words is something that it just tickles me, and I enjoy reading their work. Cursed Daughters by Onyeka Birthright. I read My Sister's a Serial Killer a couple years ago, and when this book came out last year, I just had to pick it up. Even though I'm pretty sure it's not mystery thriller, but it just doesn't matter. The author is amazing, so therefore the book is going to be amazing. I'm excited to get into this book. Similarly, I read a previous work of Yejide Kalanko, so when I saw that she had another book, A Good Name, it just made sense. I remember when I finished that book, I was like, I need more. So I got this book. The reason I didn't get it earlier was just because of availability. I just could never find it, but it's in my possession now, and a review is gonna be coming soon. As a fashion girl, I think that If I Ruled the World made sense for me, okay? I've been wanting to get into more books that have some type of fashion, where the character is really into fashion or something like that. So when I saw that this book was about that, I said yes. I believe this book is being turned into a movie or a TV show, which made me even want to read it more, because I like to read the book before whatever TV or movie comes out. So it just made perfect sense for me to get this book. Nikki May, she wrote another book called The Motherless Land. If you read Wahala is like a mystery thriller book on friendship, but I believe this one is more historical fiction. So I'm excited to read this book and read this author's, I think this is her second work, and I'm excited to see where the book takes me. The Keeper of Lost Children. Sadika Johnson is that author. You just have to read every single thing she writes, okay? Every single thing. I read The House of Eve, and I recommend that book to every single person. Similarly, I read The Yellow Wife. I recommend it to every single person. And there's another book of hers that I'm blanking on the name, but I also read and I also recommend. That one is more about friendship and losing friends, but very different from her. I think that after that book, she then pivoted to that historical fiction space, and she has just done hits after hits. So this book, highly anticipated book on my TBR, and I've just heard so many good things about it. I'm excited to read it. That's also another thing. I try to read historical fiction, but I don't read too much of it as much as I do, because sometimes history can just be really heavy, but I do think that it's important to learn history and talk about history. So I love historical fiction. If I tell you I know what this book is about, I'm a liar. I am a liar. I don't know what this book is about, but what I do know is that it's pink and it has a good cover, so it's on my bookshelf now. That is just the simple girl math that I have gotten to this stage. I want to read more diverse authors, so it just made sense. The author is from Botswana but lives in the UK, and I need to explore Africa more through books, so it just makes sense. I don't think the book is set in Africa, but I think the characters might be Botswanian as well. I might be wrong, but either way, it doesn't matter. I'm reading a book by a Botswanian author. Sometimes you just need a quick read. You just need a quick book, a book that's just gonna... That's this book. Do I know the details of it? No, but did I see it was a quick read? Yes, and that the cover was pretty? Absolutely. So we picked it up. It's poems and poetry type read. So if you like a good poem, you like a good short read, quick read, this might be a book for you. Also, it's really pretty. Like, let's do a round of applause for this cover. This is also another book that I have no clue what it's about. I just saw the author was from Uganda and Canadian, and yes, I just was like, yeah, sign me up. However, I started reading more and like learning more about this book literally 2 seconds ago. And it's about this girl who's supposed to be reuniting with her sister, and then she finds out that her sister is gay in a country like Uganda that has very strict anti-gay laws. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. So yeah, we are getting to our last 2 books. My Train Leaves at 3 is a book that I've seen everywhere. I'm not sure what it's about. Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. However, the cover is really beautiful. I follow a lot of people in UK book talk, and they have been posting about this book for a couple of years, and it's been mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it, and it's intrigued me. I like when a book is polarizing, you know, and I want to read and explore this book. I think it's something about stalking, surprise. It might be a mystery thriller, who knows, but I think the cover, the green just gets you, and you pick it up and you're like, what is this about? And there you have it, you guys. This is my book haul. 25 books later.
I don't try. I beg. If I don't try, when I talk now, I don't say I try, but I don't try. Peace.
Book haul. 25 books later.
Did I try?
These are the books that are joining me and joining my reading journey, joining my shelf. You know, making my shelf bigger and thicker than it needs to be. But I'm super excited. I will be sharing reviews on the books later. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.